Hey kids, welcome back to the Gaming with Dad show. Today we are looking at Fantasy Life, the girl who steals time, for both the Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2. But before we do that, go on ahead, like, subscribe, ring that bell, leave a comment, share this video out, help me grow this channel. And yes, Fantasy Life, the girl who steals time. Really, I picked this up for the Nintendo Switch 2. I haven't seen a lot of people talking about this, and that is a bloody shame. This game has some really interesting stuff to offer. So yes, it is full priced $59.99 for the Nintendo Switch. The Switch 2 will run you $62.58. And it's not a bad upgrade price. I don't know what the Switch 1 version looks like. I haven't thrown this onto the Switch 1 yet. But step into the slow life RPG where you freely switch between 14 unique jobs, so-called lives, and enjoy a carefree life in a fantasy world. That's enough reading there. Supports all 3 play modes. It is 6.5 gigs on the Nintendo Switch. The Switch 2 comes in at 12.7 gigs, so there's implied a graphical bump like you haven't seen it there. Almost twice the file size. It is a single system 1 or 2 players, local wireless 1 to 4, or online 1 to 4. I have not done the latter 2 of those. It is action role-playing from level 5, whole bunch of languages, originally released June 5th, 2025. So yes, this would have been a release title for the Switch 2. And it's a third-party release title at a slightly lower price. If you're looking for something that is a combination of Animal Crossing, role-playing, action-adventure via... There's an entire open world that appears to be, unnecessary, but there are shrines in it. And those shrines, well, they don't look like Legend of Zelda shrines. They actually look like big piles of glowing poo. They are still shrines. And so there's that. And it is just a weird combination of a whole bunch of different games I love. So that probably tells you which direction this review is going. Graphically, once again, this is on the Switch 2. I'm looking at it. It's bright, it's colorful, the characters are all cute. The monsters are actually cute as well. You have this beautiful flying skeleton dragon that is your friend. It is truly a beautiful looking game, even though it is stylized. And it's one of those styles that I think is actually going to age better than hyper-realistic styles. I'm thinking of this kind of in the line of, Wind Waker. It takes a while to grow on you, but it ages extremely well. Graphics are getting an 18. Sound-wise, you know what? There are little voice clips here and there. There's some pleasant enough background music. There's combat sounds, crafting sounds in those mini games. It's just really well-rounded and fits the game and the aesthetic perfectly. I'm giving sound an 18. We're sitting at 36 as we move into controls. Now, controls to me, they work well in the combat sections, they work well in crafting, they work well as you're running around the map. My problem happens to be is if you're in combat mode and you find a collectible that you want to step up or pick up, add to your inventory, it's touchy at best. That's going to take some points away from it. I'm giving controls a 17. We're sitting at 53 as we go into gameplay. yes, this is where this game excels. There's a little bit of Animal Crossing where you have to go and you build your village, for lack of better terms. You build the outpost as you go on your adventures. So that's cool. You get this robot that lets you terraform and everything, and the terraforming is actually so much better than Animal Crossing and less tedious. There's also the adventure part of this, where you can go into that vast desert and look for shrines, gather those materials, defeat monsters, all of that. That's fantastic. You have certain missions when you have to go and defeat X number of monsters. You have quests daily, plus the quests that you get from people. That's great. There's the story mode, which is something Animal Crossing is missing. And it's fairly concise. You're thrown into this mystery. It's not a difficult mystery. I'm not going to do any spoilers. I'll let you figure that out yourself. And it's fairly obvious and telegraphed when who the bad guys are and who the skeleton dragon is and all that. But it's still a story mode that you have to progress through to keep the story going, gain more villagers. And even they are transformed into different objects. It's really creative, and I like the story, and it has sucked me in for better or worse. I'm giving overall gameplay an 18 just for the strong variety. Even the crafting mini games are fun, if not a little bit frustrating, but yeah, gameplay gets an 18. We're sitting at 71. Now the value here. I would have preferred this at 50 for the base level and even 55 for the Switch 2 upgrade. Double that price on the upgrade. 62 is a little hard to swallow, especially after buying a brand new console. But with all of the variety and everything, it is really a great game. And you're gonna get your money's worth if you get sucked into it. If you're not sucked into it, it's just another one of those games that you're going to play for a while and then put it down and never come back to it. But that said, value gets a 17. We're at an 88. If you're looking for a good, not going to call it bargain game, but a good game for your Switch 2, this is a great new add for your library. We'll talk to you kids later. Bye-bye. Hey, if you've made it this far through the video, make sure to like, subscribe, ring that bell, leave a comment. I've also posted 2 other videos down here as well as a subscribe link. So click, enjoy. That's kind of how the algorithm works.